First and foremost, it's great to be here. I'm proud to be part of this crew, this awesome family, because I like to call us a family now. If you made magic the first time and you did well enough that people call you back to do it a second time, then you did something right.
Do you know why I laugh? Do you? Yes? No?
We so sorry.
You like rats? Yes? Nobody like rats but Bossman. Bossman like rats. I like rat smell. Rat is very, very dirty animal. Rat steal from you, destroy, scatter everything. Huh? But Bossman like rats. You know why? Anywhere rat enter, rat smell. Smelly animal. Huh? And I smell rats right now in my camp. Rats in my camp. Rats in my camp. Rat smell is good because it tell me where rat is. And I kill it, like now.
Please, I know rat. I ghetto. We know rat. We know rat, Bossman. I ghetto.
Bossman is what you would call a dog of war or a lord of war, if I may say. He's from this fictional country in the movie called Watts, Bosangwa in Watts Republic. And the people of Bosangwa, it's African, and it's a war-torn country where Nigerian soldiers were sent to on a peacekeeping mission. And now Bossman sort of controls the locals, the local rebels in Bosangwa. So he's in charge of the rebels. He deals arms. He literally would work for anybody that could pay his price. He's just a gun for hire, himself and his goons. So you could say Bossman is the antagonist in the story. Yeah, in the first part. I'm not going to tell you what happens in the sequel, definitely. So, but yeah, Bossman was the antagonist in the first part, in the prequel to this movie we're filming now. I mean, it's been about a year and a half or about 2 years since we filmed the first one, and it's just great to be here because if a movie has a sequel, it only tells you one thing. It means, people love the first one. It means it was successful. I mean, over 10 awards locally and internationally. And I personally won the Best Actor in Africa twice for playing the Bossman in the first story. Yeah, it feels good to be back to reprise my role as Bossman. I mean, it's taken over my real name. Everybody calls me Bossman on the streets. So yeah, it's you can tell I'm happy to be here. I mean, working with the crew again, the director, the producer, everyone who believed in me from the very first one, the rest of the actors, and then the new ones. We have a lot of new people here, the crew and the cast alike. So it's still very challenging. I always used to say that it's one of my most challenging roles, and it's not any simpler in the sequel because I played it before. No, it's not. It's actually much more difficult because now I'm in a competition with myself. I have to outdo myself. We all have to outdo what we did the first time. I mean, I told my mom we're filming a sequel, and she said, it has to be better. And I said, yes, that's why we're here. It has to be better. So the main challenge of being here is the fact that everybody thought the first one was great, and this one has to be greater than the first one. It's a much better script. I'm happy for that. And a great array of casts, much more crew, and better equipment, everything. So I think we're taking it up a notch. All in all, it's a success story for us to be back here for a sequel, and we hope there's a sequel after the sequel.
Bossman, When did you get here and how long have you been standing there?
Gina. Gina. What is the matter? Huh? I come for see my girlfriend and you asking too many questions. Anything wrong? Huh? You know, happy seeing me? Huh?
But of course not, Bossman. Why would you think that?
I don't know. You drop everything. Hmm?
But I was scared. What did you expect when you're standing there in the dark when no one can see you?
So? Only people who do bad thing fear. You do bad thing? So, why you fear?
Bossman, I already told you, but let me just go and...
Come here. Bossman talking to you.
The accent is one thing people really loved from the first film, and I tell you what, it's not copied from anywhere. It's more like during rehearsals we created our own. I mean, we have a fictional country, a fictional city in a fictional country. We have the Bosangwa and Watts Republic. We have fictional characters, so we had to, you know, kind of create an African language to go along with it. I mean, we have the African language, the dialect of Watts, and then we have English spoken like people from Watts. So that's what people actually love when we speak English, just like foreigners, like, you know, people that English is not really their first language. And we had to do it a lot in rehearsals for the first part. And I wouldn't lie to you, I was not very sure people were going to like it or how people were going to react to it, but it was great, you know, during the premiere when people were like, oh wow, the accent is sexy, it's lovely, it's crazy, I mean, it's new, people really liked it, so we knew that had to be better in this one. So it's very, very challenging because you have to struggle with remembering, you have to struggle with remembering your lines, then you have to struggle with remembering the accent in which you're going to say your lines, and then at the same time you have to remember reactions and your cues and everything. So it's trust me, very, very challenging. This is, whenever I finish one of the scenes, any of the scenes, I'm always really drained because it's like I did like 4 scenes in one. And because Bossman is almost always yelling at people and shouting on top of his voice, I have to still, you know, go up an octave and still retain that sort of foreign accent. So it has been very challenging, even in this sequel too.
Oyanga Sisien. Ata Indonina. Chura Kagarando Siep. Ayugazu Aniemba. Itieba Eliezra. You think Bossman stupid? Yes? No? Bossman no stupid at all. You want Bossman to surrender to a new master so my people suffer.
Sir, your people have suffered inequality and neglect just about as anyone else under the mastership of different corrupt leaders in your country.
Which is why we no surrender to another master again.
This deal will be off the table the moment we walk out of those doors. The people I work for do not have patience for long negotiations. And they take a very dim view of uncompromising subjects.
Omo yok. Eku subject idiowo. Huh? Bossman subject. You think Bossman subject? Mr. Smith, you threaten Bossman? You tell me, how many people you give same deal? Huh? You come here, you give me dynamite. You give my enemy dynamite. Then you light fuse. You go back to your country. You wait. We kill ourselves. For what?
In the first one, there were a lot of great actors. And then, like I said, we had to up the ante in this second one. And we brought in a lot of great guys, you know, while still retaining, you know, the people from the first one. From the first one, we had Top Tedela, we had Linda Ejiofor, we had Olumide Owuru, we had Sambasa, and a lot of people. We had Chico, a lot of great actors, Badge, and in the sequel, you know, we brought back most of the characters. I think maybe with the exception of maybe one or two, and then added a host of new talents. I mean, there's we have Chris Atto on this one, all the way from Ghana. We have John Vogel, all the way from LA, America. We have Eric Roberts, all the way from LA, America. We have Bert from we have Berit from Austria. I mean, it's an intercontinental project right now. It's not just African.
Bossman, this is probably your best chance at staying relevant, as there will be too many factions fighting for control over the new oil region. You and your men and your people, as a minority, you will be overrun very quickly if you don't have a superior military might. How long do you think you would last as a dog of war? This is a real chance for you and your people to grab real power. So I suggest that you deal now, or your people will suffer an even greater inequality.
Mr. Smith, the worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal thing equal.
What?
Aristotle. What the matter? What? You think Bossman no read? Yes? As long as poverty and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest. You know who said that?
Plato?
Wrong. Nelson Mandela.
I can assure you that this trumps the first one in every single way. Cast, crew, story, every single thing. I mean, I have a very good feeling about this sequel and where we can go with this one. I implore you, when it comes out, go see it. Take a friend, take someone. You totally will enjoy it. And if you don't, I give you your money back. Bossman, talking.